Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome, guys. Welcome to the Hot Toast podcast. Thanks for tuning in, for tapping in. This is episode number 5, which is actually a very special episode because just five episodes alone. Do you know what I mean? I could have done one episode and not done another one. Now we made it to number 5. We're not stopping, but this is another very, very, very special episode that's been in the works. When did I shout you, bro? 2 weeks ago, maybe?
Yeah, 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah. So, you know.
So yeah, man. This is episode number 5, yeah.
Number 5, yeah. So
That's
thanks for
good.
locking it in. If you've even made it to episode number 5, I actually appreciate you because I have to keep saying this. I appreciate you for tuning into my podcast because the more you guys are going to be jumping into this podcast, you're going to learn more stuff as I'm learning more stuff. Do you know, I'm discovering stuff and I'm hoping you're discovering stuff at the same time with me, so we can all grow together and learn new things together. And that's what, all of this is about. But nonetheless, I need to introduce who we got on the podcast today. We've got Piers on the podcast, but I'm going to let him introduce himself because I feel like if I try to introduce you, I'm not going to give you the introduction that you need. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna hand it to you, bro, and you can just take over.
What's happening, people? My name's Piers. I'm a personal trainer based in South London.
Yeah.
And I basically help women, 5 to 7 days a week, change their lives.
You only train women?
Yeah, I only train women.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know that. See, there's something.
Yeah.
Is there a reason behind that?
Well,
Sorry to cut you short.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Well, yeah, there is. So, if you want to dive into, something self-employed like personal training and you want to be successful at it, you need to find a niche. And I remember at the time trying to figure out what's going to be my niche. And an expert I know said, usually your niche chooses you. And at that time in 2018, I sort of looked at my clientele and I was like, wow, I've got, 28 women and 2 men. So I was like,
And those are clients that have picked you.
yeah, those are clients who have basically picked me. And most of the women came from gym classes as well.
Yeah.
Where I would do classes and they would approach me about personal training. And then I kind of realized that, okay, I'm hitting it off with them. Maybe I should direct my training at them.
Yeah.
And to be honest, ever since then, life became so much easier.
Okay.
Like I was able to focus on exactly what it is they wanted, from me and exactly what it is they needed.
Okay.
And I never had any sort of any contradictions in what I was set out to do every day.
Yeah.
I had a new goal, and that was to empower and help women,
Okay.
change and transform their lives using the tools of exercise and nutrition.
How important is as a matter of fact, finish your intro and then we'll dive deep into this. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just a regular guy. I love bodybuilding.
Yeah.
I love music, and day to day, I'm in the gym. I'm helping people, and that's become my life. But I'm slowly getting into things like these podcasts because I realize that I have something to say, and when I say it, it resonates with people. So, at first I'm sort of, introducing myself as a trainer, but really and truly, I actually think I'm becoming slightly a life coach.
Yeah.
Because I care about people that way.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm into really. But I'm looking at, other than COVID, COVID stopped a lot of things, but I'm looking to change fitness and make it a bit more communal and energetic.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah. Do you feel like it's lacking?
Yeah, because it's becoming everything's so sort of franchised. You know what I mean? You got like 24-hour gym, boot camp this, boot camp that.
Yeah.
David Lloyd's, and then you associate that with people and type of people. Where it's like, I want to build a community. A community feeling. Obviously, with my niche, it's based around women, but I want to build a community feeling where people can come and meet new friends and give a breath of fresh air. But I think it can be done in a cooler way. But with the sun and without, let's say,
The gym.
the gym and COVID and everything that's going on. I was onto that, but it will come in 2021.
Yeah.
But
It's in the pipeline.
I'm trying to make it more exciting. We was in the park and I just said, I'm going to be in the park this day. Come if you want to come. And 30 women turn up. And it was just, it's so fun, you know.
Yeah.
And I got them working out, got them doing sprints in the park, got them crawling on all fours. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just fun. And I'm like, yeah, that's where I want to, those are the type of things I want to do besides my day-to-day stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I want to take it to the next level. I want to make it more exciting, more fun. You know, like when you're inventive and you have ideas, it's one thing thinking it, but it's another thing applying it.
Yeah. Execution kills a lot of people's dreams.
Yeah, because
I don't know, like, I feel like even this podcast, it was once an idea in my head, but I had to translate that from being an idea to actually something physical.
Yeah.
From the mental to physical.
Yeah. That's when you become wise, because that's what wisdom is. It's applying the knowledge that you have.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And knowledge is acquiring that information. Yeah. But, you know, once you're wise to that, you will do it. And then when you do it, you're in a different world. Yeah. It's almost like you're upper level. Yeah. And then now you start to think about all the other things you can do.
Exactly.
And then you don't fear it because you're like, I started a podcast and now I'm on podcast 5. Yeah. Which is actually a good number, by the way. Yeah. 5.
What does 5 mean?
5 in Hebrew, it represents rescuing and the saving. Yeah. You can look it up. Just number 5 in Hebrew. And I mean, because it's Hebrew, it's originally about, you know, the rescuing and the saving that God does for mankind. But I like 5. It's a good number.
And then it landed on your podcast episode.
And
we're on podcast number 5.
Yeah. I know.
That's crazy.
That's what I was saying.
Oh yeah, I've actually looked it up right now. It says the number 5 symbolizes the idea of saving or to be saved or to be rescued.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what you said.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So are you more like, how do you know about this stuff? Like,
because it's hard to answer that question. Why do I know about this stuff? Because I seek it. You know, I seek knowledge, and there has always been something about the world and words and numbers and original texts and, you know, pushing away from English and going back to where we were. You know, there's always something that's attracted me about that. So I always, you know, try and, you know, research just small little things that, because it sparks something inside of me. You know, it makes me excited because I feel like I'm learning something that's outside of the curriculum. It's outside of the curriculum. It's kind of like, that's why life is so exciting. Yeah. Because nothing can really prepare you for life.
Yeah, you can't cap on life.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a lot more to know than what we already know.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I have that same attitude. It's like, I don't know a thing. Yeah. And I've always had that attitude. I don't know a thing, but let me find out about it. You know, some people know about this. Does that interest me? No. Okay. Does that interest me? Yes. And I wanna know exactly what they know about this thing. You know, and numbers have always interested me.
Okay, that's cool.
You know, because they're powerful. Yeah. They make up. They actually make up society, and they also you'll find it. You know, don't be shocked at how numbers also coincide with things happening in the world. Yeah, you know, like I know, for example, you know, the number 40 represents the end of a generation. Okay, and number 41 represents the start of a generation. So check this: we're in the year 2020, right? Yeah. So 20 plus 20 is 40. Yeah. So we're coming to an end of a generation.
Oh, okay.
And you see everything that's going on in the world. Yeah. And 2021 equals 41. Right. Yeah.
These guys are putting you guys on game. So spitting right now.
Now we are starting a new generation. It's the birth of a new generation. And you know, you can see that happening with all the things that are being planned to be changed by next year and where we're going. You can see that when I say they, I probably mean like people who are in power in order to, you know, dictate the things that we can do and are available to us. Yeah. They are birthing a new generation, a new way of living. Yeah. And I think that happens every 40 years. You can imagine we're in 2020, so in 1980, things were totally different.
Different then, yeah.
You know, but that was then just the birth of the internet. Now look at what the internet is.
Exactly, yeah.
Now look at what we're doing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. You know, and then go back to 1940. You know, you're coming out of World War II and stuff. It's just
if you're saying, okay, cool. So coming to the end of this year, the end of a generation and the birth of new generation is upon us. What does that do for you then? Do you feel like a new you is on the come up then? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Because if you don't change, you'll get left behind.
Yeah. And that's facts. That's facts. That is facts. That is facts.
If you don't change, and you really want to, you could be so naive and ignorant and thinking, nah, I'm not going to change. I'm going to stay me and do. You get left behind,
bro. Look at the way you said about the internet, right? Let's say in 1980, 1990, certain companies, for example, I use business as an example. Those who were saying, oh, well, I don't need to use the internet for my business. You know, this stuff sounds crazy to me. I don't need to be doing that. What I've been doing for the last 40 years has worked for me. Now look at what everyone else who use the internet to their advantage. They can now reach millions of people. They can do this and that. And the guy who didn't adapt,
still there.
Is either still there or he got left behind.
It's still there today.
You know what I mean?
I'd say people in their 20s they're on it. They're bang on it. They're like, they know it. They know this is the new game, and you got to play the game. If you don't play the game, you're not involved. And if you're not involved, you get left behind.
That's facts.
And I have friends in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and I see it. It's I'm not going to get involved with that stuff, and it's like, okay. It's fine, but you're gonna find out the hard way, you know, but we are almost forced into that, you know, which is kind of sad, but it's just the way life is. We are always constantly being moved to where we are being moved to, and this is the new digital age, and it's, you know, you have to use, you know, Facebook and Instagram advertisement to boost your business. It's just how it is. Where before it was like, no, I'm gonna put cards up on, you know, Sainsbury's notice board, and all of a sudden everybody's gonna pop up. Try that now.
Impossible. You're wasting your time.
You're wasting your time, and then just create, you know, one advert, and you'd be like, oh gosh, like, I got some leads, you know. But if you don't adapt, you get left behind. So you asked me, what does that mean for me? I'm realizing you know, even myself, I've got to get into this stuff. I've got to, you know, I have to get online, and as long as for me, when I'm getting online and doing what I want to do via social and digital media, I'm doing it in a way that still benefits me and makes me feel good. Otherwise, it will captivate you, and I'm not trying to be captivated. I'm trying to, you know, inspire people to change and be leaders. You know what I mean?
How can people take the minor steps to becoming leaders, or you can even be a leader of your own life? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you just answered the question. You just answered the question. You know, how can people, you know, become a leader or change? It's very simple. It's like, first you need to lead the one, you know, steering the ship. You know, and that's your own ship. You know, you need to fly your own plane. You need to reset your morals, your standards, everything you believe in, you know, everything you think about yourself, your self-perception, your self-determination. You got to redefine you, you know. I forgot what that quote is, when it's something like, she realized who she was and then the game changed. You know, this is something I tell my clients, because I'm like, when you realize who you are, everything's going to change. But you almost have to create who you are. Like, if you're not going to believe in, let's say, you know, like, people are religious and they have a holy book, so they use that as their point of reference to believe of who they are, what they're here to do, blah, blah, blah. Even if you're not going to believe in that, then create your own definition. When you look back as an old person, what do you want from your life? You know, and all leaders and all people who have changed, at some point, they developed that, what I call self-determination, where it was, you know, I am determined to get where I'm going at any cost, which might mean I have to change. You know, but it was literally in what you said it, you know, if you want to be a leader, it's first of all, you got to see it's inside you.
Yeah.
Most people don't even see it's inside them, you know. You could be playing football and you give them the captaincy and it's like, why am I captain? It's like, you can't see why you're captain. Yeah. You're the leader.
Yeah.
Everybody follows you. You're the role model.
Yeah.
You know, you're the one talking the most. And you play good, you know.
Yeah.
You're one of the best players. You know, you make wise decisions on the pitch. And it's like, but if they don't have that self-perception or that self-determination, which is, if they don't have it in a positive way, they're never going to lead well. And then once they do, they're going to be the best leader. People are going to say that's the best leader I've ever been led by.
Thing is, I feel like. So, do you think everyone could be a leader?
No.
Okay, why's that?
No. Yeah. Yes. I would say yes. Sorry.
Okay.
Everyone can be a leader.
Yeah.
But the way the world works is to convince people that not everyone could be a leader. And that's why we are where we are. Because what that does is it means people are looking to be led rather than leading their own lives.
Yeah.
Do you see my point?
Because we all follow rules, we follow certain
exactly,
things.
because we've been taught not everyone can be a leader. We can only have one leader at a time. So now when things go wrong or things need to go right, we're looking for a leader rather than looking in ourselves to be the leader. Do you see what I mean?
I see what you mean.
But not everybody has the traits to be a good leader, because a good leader creates other leaders. Do you see what I mean? A bad leader will just lead for himself. Then when he is gone, there is no one else taking over. Do you see what I mean?
I see what it is.
Great kings will leave a prince to take over and rule the land. Do you see what I mean? If you're a king and you end up, let's say, having, you know, if you decide to not have any children, are you a great leader? You know, are you leaving something for the next generation? Great leaders birth other leaders. They inspire them to go out there and exercise their potential, or exercise their purpose, or exercise what they believe they can do. So not everybody has the traits, but everyone can be a leader in some way. Because people associate leading with that sort of extroverted energy, where it's like, no, like some people can just lead in the background. Do you know how many businesses are booming because of someone in the background, but you're just the face? Do you see what I mean? You know, I really doubt these billionaires who are all booming at the moment during this lockdown. It's just them solely, doing their company. Man, there's quiet introverts in the background. You know, people who barely say a thing, who are absolutely killing it for them, you know, coming up with the most amazing strategies. So I would say we all can be leaders, but we don't all have the traits to be great leaders. To be a great leader, you help birth other leaders. And
do you feel like what you're doing with the personal training thing is that when you say you're empowering women, you're also empowering women to be leaders as well?
Yeah, and I just want them to be leaders of their pack. You know, I call the women lionesses. And I just want them to be leaders of their pack. I don't want them thinking that they can save the world. That's where we go wrong. You know, man is always trying to save the world. You can't save the world. First of all, save yourself. Do you know what I mean? Once you save yourself, then save the people around you, and then save the people around them. But you can make your job easier just by, you know, you can get married, have children, bring them up right, and then your children will be good leaders, and then it's job done. And as long as those 3 kids that you have do the same thing you did, do you know what I mean? You got 26 well brought up kids, people for society. Do you see what I mean? But I try and help my clients to become, you know, leaders of their pack. And I try to encourage them, because personal training is always more than just the physical side. You know, they go through things. So if you haven't got anything to say, it's just training. But actually, I think probably why clients would stick around for a long time is because I've become a friend. But I try and help them to lead their pack, lead your family. You know, you got a problem with your sister, go and sort it out. You know, and then go and try and do the other things that you want to do. You know, how are you gonna help your sons if you have a bad relationship with your father? Do you see what I mean?
See what you're saying,
and they pick up on that vibration, man. They see that. They see you and granddad not getting along.
Yeah.
You know, go and sort that out.
Yeah.
Be a lioness.
Yeah.
You know, that's what she does in the wild. I love watching those, you know, wildlife, and just watching like these women go out hunting for their cubs.
Yeah.
And they'll be injured, bleeding.
Yeah.
And they're just sitting there panting,
Everything.
watching their kids eat.
Yeah.
And they're just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
you know
exactly. I know exactly what you're
they're
saying.
probably in so much pain,
yeah.
but you can't see it.
Yeah.
And in that moment, she's just there watching her kids eat. And it's like, I did my thing. I did what I needed to do. And that's what I try and encourage clients. Do what you need to do, you know, and then everything else will start to work out. You know, all of a sudden you will start to want to move up in your job, and you will want to start that podcast, and you will want to start that, you know, that makeup vlog, and you will want to start all these things that you was insecure about. You will want to start your own fitness page on Instagram. You know,
I feel like a lot of people, like I said, a lot of us right now, we're not, or even the people listening, in the back of their heads, they've always wanted to, you know, start a business, do this, do that, but something in the back of your head is just giving you the negative thoughts to not achieve greatness. Do you know what I mean? Because a lot of people, success is relative. Do you know what I mean? Success is not always associated with the numbers or loads of money. Do you know what I mean? I even look at this podcast as this being success because I don't care about the numbers. I don't want 100 million views on my podcast. That's not going to achieve anything for me.
More power to you, man.
Do you know what I mean? It's not going to do anything for me. Those were not my intentions when I started this podcast. My podcast was, you know, to get other people like yourself, you know, give out knowledge, real life. We're talking real life stuff and things, because I feel like we're in a state where certain things that are put out on social media, they're not really real life. Do you know what I mean? You can easily get distracted to what's real and what's not real. So that's very easy to happen to you. So that's why I feel like, especially with this podcast, you're just dropping gems on people's heads, man. And you need to be taking it in.
Yeah. There's just something about it's an opportunity to help someone. And people get these opportunities. We have it every single day. Yeah. You ever walk past someone homeless and thought, I should have gave them money? Just, you have these opportunities every single day to help, you know, and we make decisions and we decide whether we want to or don't want to. And that's sometimes, you know, we're on social media and we have a chance, we have an opportunity to make things better or make things worse. Or there's kind of in the middle, which makes things worse. It's kind of like, I'm not doing either, but because you're not doing either, you have all that potential inside you're not releasing. The world is missing you. And people need to realize that they are so individual, but the world needs you. The world needs all of us, you know, and it's until we start releasing that and giving that to the world is when things will get better. And I noticed that. You really can't sit around and wait. No, you just got to, like, do you know what I mean? You hit me up and just said, let's chop it up, man. Let's do this podcast. And it was kind of like, you didn't wait. You didn't wait around and here we are.
I don't wait. I can't do that.
Do you get what I mean?
I can't wait.
Yeah.
With certain things in life, even up to this point, even into this house, bro, I just had to. I also believe in a lot of manifestation. A lot of believing in yourself. And taking big leaps of faith. Because you're gonna, it's always gonna be uncomfortable to do things that it seems scary when you're jumping into something you don't know. Do you know what I mean? But that's what I believe history is always trying to teach us. We are here because of the unknown. Otherwise we'd still be in those ancient civilizations. That's true.
But we are here, like deep it. We are here. It needs modern built houses with microphones and laptops because somebody dived into the unknown. And that's
someone was like, what if I just make this thing and do this and do that?
That's what life is. Do you get what I'm saying? But if you let it hold you back, you will be held back. And those who press forward will be pressing forward. You know, and they'll be climbing mountains. But that's exactly what history teaches us. It's all about the unknown. you know, and you're totally right with manifestations.
Yeah.
They are real whether you believe them or not,
Yeah.
because, you know, you are a manifestation of your own life,
Yeah.
you know, and when you grasp that, you will realize how you can make your life better. When you understand that you are where you are because of you
Yeah.
and not because of anybody else, you'll be able to get to where you want to go because of you and not because of anybody else.
Thanks, bro.
But people don't grasp that.
No,
They think I've been put here in this prison, and, you know, I'm captivated and I am held down. It's like, no, you're not. You're really not. And nobody's told you this, which is a problem. So, you know, when I come along and tell you this is like a 1 out of 100 encounters of somebody telling you, no, you're not. You're actually in the perfect place if you want it to be.
Yeah.
And you can actually go somewhere based on your terms once you decide that you have that power to do that. But the moment you give your power over, you will be captivated and put where you're told to put and told to stand where you need to stand, rather than telling others.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? You can have people working for you.
Yeah.
You know, not saying you're going to be a dictator, but you'll be a boss, and you'll be saying, do this and do that. And do you know what they'll be saying? I'll happily do that. I'll happily do that for you, because they'll be looking at you being inspired. Like, I want to be like you one day, and they don't even know you was like them one day.
Bro. Let me land. Yeah, let me land. I look at things like this, right? I'm like, and this applies to each and every single person listening to this podcast. I don't care what job you do. Yeah, the person that you call your boss was once upon a time your boss, the person you work for. He had to take, you know, a leap of faith. He had to say, right, look, I'm not going to do what everyone else is doing. I'm going to go start my own business. And then eventually, 10 years later down the line, you've ended up working for him because of the decisions he made back then.
Exactly.
I mean, he was just like you, but he was the odd one out after 40 people that worked at that company and said, I'm going to leave that company. Or coming from school, whatever, I'm going to do my own thing.
And he created an opportunity for you. And what everybody needs to realize is everybody was once a baby with no knowledge, no wisdom, no information, and no intelligence, and no discernment. And when they grew up, they gained wisdom, knowledge, intelligence, information, and discernment. This is something I pray for every day, because those are the things that make you. Do you know what I mean? When you deep it, it's like, where are you in life? You are probably where you are in life based on your knowledge, your wisdom, your intelligence, information, your discernment, these things. So if you gain more of them, which is why I seek it, which is why I look into the numbers and all these random things, is because the more knowledgeable I can become is actually the more I can, you can contend with where you want to go. Yeah. Do you see what I mean? So it's not a situation where, I don't know whether I should do this or that. It's like you've had enough information to now you can make quicker decisions. And the quicker you make the decisions is the quicker your life flows and things get into gear and things get cracking. So it's we was all once a baby with nothing.
Do you know what? I've listened to, I forgot the guy's name, but he literally broke down what you said. And he said, for example, let's say you could have a Chinese couple. They could have a baby. That baby the next day could, let's say, be flown to Africa and grow up in Africa. That baby would could end up literally speaking the same language of that country in Africa fluently, because that baby is going to grow up from the knowledge of what's around, what's placed around you.
The environment.
Do you know what I mean? The baby, when the baby's born, it's just blank.
Yeah.
Even though it's got your genetics, whatever you're going to put around the baby is what the baby is going to grow up to.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that's literally how you can also break that down.
Yeah.
You could have literally someone who was born in a different country.
Yeah.
A week later, they move to a different country, grow up around that country, and they're going to know what was put around them. It's literally fluent in that language, but their background is completely somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, that's crazy as well.
That happens a lot. You know, that happens a lot.
Yeah.
You know, Bob Marley was a mixed race man. You know?
I didn't know that, you know.
Yeah. His dad was a white horseman businessman.
Okay.
And you know, look at him. He took the world by storm. You know, growing up living in a mountain.
Yeah.
with his mum, who had him at, I think, maybe 17, 18, 16, really young, you know, single mum, you know, and, you know, technically in them days, he wasn't regarded as black.
Yeah.
You know, he was bullied.
Yeah.
He wasn't even regarded as black, or let alone claim as he does to be African.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And look at him. Look at what he's done.
Yeah.
You know, he went into music, and he didn't really start doing well in music until he was about 26. You know, that's still late. Whereas,
That's
you
late.
know, there's so many people.
So
who are
he didn't
they're
jump
like,
at the music to sing till I was 26.
yeah, he was like, yeah, people were like 20. I mean, he did it when he was young, but it didn't take off.
It didn't pop off
It
like
didn't
that.
take
Yeah.
off,
Yeah, yeah.
you know. And, you know, considering he died at 36, he had like that
10 years.
10-year, he had like a 10-year career. But, you know, people are beating themselves up because they haven't done anything at 21.
Yeah.
You know, and things totally change, but
Bro.
they don't realize it's probably just your environment. You could be 36 and then be put in the environment where you have the facilities
Yeah, where you
and
flourish.
resources,
Yeah.
and then boom, you'll be talking that language and you'll be talking it better.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah. Nah, that's crazy, man. We're coming up to half an hour on the video. So for all you guys who are watching this on YouTube, unfortunately, if you want more gems, to, you know, all the flowers that we're dropping, you're going to have to jump to Spotify, because I'm only putting up half an hour on YouTube, and then the rest of the podcast is going to be available on Spotify. So yeah, if you listen to this on YouTube and you want to listen to some more, head over to Spotify, Hot Toast Podcast, tap in. But yeah, also another thing we wanted to talk about was men in general, and what makes a man, like what are men about, what are men not seeing, like more of that side of things.
Yeah, I mean, men, they're so important to society,
Yeah.
but we don't think it.
Yeah.
We literally don't think it, man. Yeah, we literally don't think it. We just, you know, we think we're here to do our thing and then we're gone, and we don't realize, you know, our power.
Yeah.
You know, and I've heard the saying that the world needs men, and I agree. You know, but we don't get told this stuff, just like all the other stuff that sort of prevents us from pushing on.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just in, you know, trying to be successful in business or whatever. But what about just trying to execute life? You know, men, how many young men in college right now are being told you're important to the world? You know, you're going to be something. You're going to contribute to society. You know, my mum made me believe and think that I was an important man. And now I generally think that and believe that. And I generally can see where she's coming from.
Yeah.
You know, I can see what she sees in me, but she made me see that and reveal that in myself.
Yeah.
And imagine if every man, I'm not saying that people don't have encouraging mothers.
Yeah.
I think an encouraging father is more important than an encouraging mother. But imagine if every man had that in their life, where they are being encouraged not only by their mothers, but by their school teachers and by their youth workers and by their football coaches. You know, all these people that come across them in their life, that they're going to be something. Whereas actually we only remember the negative impacts. You listen to rappers and the only thing they talk about is that teacher who told them that they were going to be held back.
Never make it.
Yeah, and they'll never make it, and they'll never be this and never be that.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Men, even if you are telling men nice things, they kind of remember the horrible things, and those are the things that hold us back. But also the way men are portrayed in, for example, TV, television, and Hollywood. If you're going to portray men in that way to be, you know, the cheaters, the backstabbers, the pimps, the men in prison, the leaving the homes, guess what? You're going to learn from that behavior. And that's going to affect society. And it does, because also what it does is it teaches men an easy way out. So when you're in a relationship and your emotions just aren't quite, you know, your emotions aren't quite running high, you just kind of say, oh, well, I'm going to leave. And why do you say I'm going to leave? Is because it's the easy way out. But not because it's the easy way out, but it's because you've been taught it's the easy way out. Because some men would have learned the hard way, and when they left, actually, things got even harder. because they realized they left everything that means something to them. They left everything behind. They left their life behind to chase their emotions. And, you know, because of these signals we're getting, you know, through our, you know, television and laptop screens, I think it's affecting men in society. And we aren't doing enough of this. Two men chatting.
Talking,
and talking about real stuff. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And
I always chop it up with my guys, man. Sometimes the
you do, man. You do. I love your podcast.
They get deep, like even off the podcast. Sometimes,
oh yeah,
you know, I got
those
friends.
Are the best.
Yeah, I got friends going through stuff, and sometimes I'm like, bro, don't feel like you're doing too much, because I think a lot of people, they have issues thinking, oh, maybe if I come to you as a bro and then I try to tell you my problems, it feels like I'm dropping my problems onto you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we do feel like that. And again, we've been taught that. We've been taught, you got to be a man.
Yeah.
You got to hold it down.
Yeah.
Be a man. Yeah. Don't cry, especially not in front of women.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's true.
Because, women are just like men and they're going to judge you and say you're soft. And it's like, no, cry in front of a woman because she's got the mother nature in her. It's true.
It's in a woman's nature.
She's going to hug you and she's going to take care of you and she's going to say the right things and she's going to hold you down.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? And with men, someone just needs to get the ball rolling. Once someone gets the ball rolling, men will take off.
Yeah.
You know, I follow a psychologist called Jordan Peterson, and you know, his fan base is massive and it's massively full of men.
Yeah.
And I think it's just because he's saying something that men have always wanted to hear, but have never heard a man speak about it. So then when they hear a man speak about it, then they're like, oh wait, he's speaking about exactly what I'm going through. Yeah. I'm gonna listen to him because you know, he resonates.
Yeah, because no one else is really
finally.
No one else around you is really speaking about having the same conversations.
Exactly. Finally, somebody talking this talk, and that's why I said your individuality is so key. If you're here on this earth, it's very important that you release yourself and give yourself to people. Because
what are the chances of being alive right now? I mean, they're like next to, bro, like if you look at the sperm itself, it's like 1 billion. There was 1 billion and you came out. Yeah. You're the one who made it out of the billion.
Yeah. But until you deep it, you won't strive, you know. You know, we need that type of class. You know, we need a class called Chance where we just teach kids about the chances of them being here right now, so they can understand that. You know, go and execute, go and kill it, go and go and be brave. You
mandatory, know,
bro. You're totally right. Like the chances are so slim, but you're here now. You know what I mean? So what are you gonna do,
bro? When I break it down now, I'm like, I wasn't even born here, right? I wasn't even born in this country. I was born back in Zim, right?
Yeah.
Now I'm here. Yeah. So now when I look at it, I'm like, if I went from that to here, there's still more going up. I'm just warming up.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's how I look. That's how I break down my life. I'm like, I'm still warming up.
I always just say, just double your life. Do you know what I mean? Just double it. If you're 30 years old, who could you be by 60? Yeah. Because when you're 30, you probably only acquired real good knowledge for the last 12 years from when you was 18 and you stepped into the world. But then when you're 30, imagine doubling that. You're about to do 30 more years of experience. Who could you be by 60? Yeah. And that's how people have to look at it. Yeah. You know, it's kind of like, who could you be by the end of 2021? Yeah. Because of what you've been through all these years. Yeah. You know, and that's what I try and set my goals as. You know, I have loads of different goals and I categorize them. But my personal goals are always, can I be better? Yeah. And I always look back at my life and think, what have I learned? What have I failed to apply that I know I should apply? Because if you know better, you should do better. And how can I do it? Do you know what I mean? So then I'll set the goals out. You know, one of my goals is to, you know, be more consistent with going to bed earlier, but way earlier, and waking up way earlier. Yeah. I want to get back to
what time do you go to bed? What time do you aim to go to bed?
I aim to be in bed by 11, so I'm in bed before midnight.
Oh, okay.
but I want to make it earlier than that. I want to follow the sun. You know, especially through winter. Winter is a time to sleep more, and the sun's going down at like 4 something. You know, I want to be eating dinner at 4 something and be in bed by 5. I know you say it's unrealistic, but the system sets it up in that way on purpose to make sure you are awakened by that alarm clock, so you understand that you are contributing to the system. But I want to follow the sun. Do you get what I'm saying? I want to go to bed when the sun goes to bed, and I want to wake up when the sun's up.
Getting a good 16 hours of sleep.
Yeah. Because the way I see it, you know what I mean? I'm an African. I'm a child of the sun. So do you get me? I'm gonna follow that very thing that follows me everywhere I go. So I look at those small goals and think, yeah, you could do better at that. Yeah. So guess what? 2021, I'll be trying to do better at that.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and get them down on paper, because anything that goes down on paper,
you have to. It's mandatory.
Will manifest itself. Thoughts are they're just up here.
It's not enough.
It's not enough. It's like a dream or a nightmare. It's literally, it's just a dream and a nightmare. But if you get that dream down on paper, well, there we are.
Because the average human, I was actually reading this somewhere, but I'll probably Google it in a minute as we're talking. You have something between 6,000 to 9,000 thoughts a day. So imagine that's in a day. So the way you just drank that water right now, that was your brain had to send a signal, say I need to have water, and you had to execute. Right? So now think about all the things that's happening in your 24 hours of living. You also need to think about your goals. Those are thoughts. If you don't write them down, you're gonna easily forget them.
Well, there's
forget them.
There's a saying called "thoughts become things," and it's very true. I would almost say thoughts are things. You know, thoughts are things like of the potential future. You know, where the future could be and where you could go. But it's about which ones make it. And the ones that make it are usually the ones you get on paper. That's what I'm trying to say. So you got those 6,000 to 9,000 a day. You know, but the ones you get on paper are the ones that are gonna make it. The ones you get on your phone are the ones that are gonna make it. Here we are,
bro. Even today, like, I've got it written down that we're going to record this podcast and I was going to put it out today. When I've had times when I know like the next following day is going to be a busy, hectic day for me, but I can't sleep because I'm thinking, but what if this goes wrong? What if that goes wrong? And then I'll just wake up. I'll just have to get myself out of bed and write it all down. Because enough times I've been in scenarios where the whole day's gone by and I'm like, oh crap, I should have done this. Forgot to do it. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And also
that's when life's popping. That's when you're it's true, innit? That's when life's popping, when you're literally, you got to start writing things down because the schedule's busy. Bro. So many ideas, so many things you need to get done, and you're thinking, gosh, I've got to slap this and slap that.
I'll give you an example. So about 4 weeks ago, we had a shoot for Primal, which is the brand that I've got going on at the moment. So I booked a studio, cool. Booked a photographer, cool. Booked a model, cool. So
you know, I brought my bag because I'm gonna get some.
Okay.
You know, I'm gonna take some. I can take some stash.
Obviously, you need to go to primalapparel.com. Go get your merch.
Do that.
But basically, everything's booked, everything's paid for. Some of my boys as well. The guy who was on the last episode, Shingi, he was helping me model as well, alongside some models as well. So I paid for the studio, paid for the photographer, paid for everything. So we go to the studio first thing in the morning. We're meeting the photographer and the model there. I'm bringing the clothes from my house, right, to model because it's my merch, so I got it at home. So long story short, we had a session for 4 hours. With 3 hours in, we're about to do the last 5 outfits. Guess what? I left them at home. I left them at home, bro. I packed everything else except those 5 outfits.
Oh man.
And bro, I'm there like how is this even possible? If I'd come and laid out all the outfits first thing in the morning, if I had written a whole plan of what we're gonna shoot, who's gonna wear this, 100%. I would have known first thing when I got there and looked at it and said, oh crap, this and that is missing. I could have probably even ran home
And I bet if you would have went bed early
bro,
and woke up early,
and double checked everything.
Yeah, that's what I realized. I always thought, man, I don't want to get up, 4, 5, 6 a.m. And then I realized, but if you did, you'd have so much time,
Bro.
You could plan your day,
Bro.
you could you can do everything, but you could probably cook in the morning.
It's crazy.
Everybody complains about nutrition. I can't get it in to look the way I want to look. It's like those 2 hours in the morning, you could actually cook, and then the day starts at 8 a.m. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like you was up 4 hours before the day even began, and you was ready.
Facts.
You know,
Facts.
yeah.
It's important to have goals and writing them down. Yeah. Writing things down is just is it. When I used to look at it, when I used to hear people say it, I was like, that's kind of like old school. Do you know what I mean? I was like, that's old school way of doing things, but it's not, because
it's not.
It's on paper. You're gonna see it. You're gonna see it. Having it on your phone is not the same.
Yeah,
because you're gonna easily quickly get distracted.
Yeah.
On your phone. So I'd advise anyone who's trying to jump on the same, get a specific book for just your goals, or a daily planner.
Yeah, you're right.
You need a daily planner.
You're actually right. Writing it on your phone isn't the same.
It's not the same.
It's almost, writing it on your phone is just a doormat to the door. You know, it's just there so you remember to wipe your feet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Facts,
but so when you have that thought again, you're like, oh yeah, I read it on my phone. Then get it down on paper. Yeah. And then get it down on a vision board, or
bro. I'm
something
literally
like that.
looking for one.
Yeah, you're gonna get one. Same here, man.
One of the
they work,
the
man.
big.
They work. You go in businesses,
bro,
and they have the vision boards.
Yeah.
You know, the successful ones, they have vision boards of, this is the week vision board, this is the month vision board, this is the year vision board. You know, and same here.
But I'm gonna get my one.
Everyone's gonna be on it. You watch. Everyone listening to this, if you're listening to this now, get a vision board.
Yeah,
man, I should have sold.
Bro.
I should have sold vision boards,
bro.
Man.
I'm gonna have my one on a day-to-day schedule. So the night before, I'm gonna write everything I need to get done.
Yeah, I used to. So I kind of fell out of the habit, but what really helped me was waking up 15 or half an hour before the normal time I would wake up, and then hour by hour jotting down what I wanted to do. Very specific. You know, shopping. You know, go work. Break. You know, even put like be on phone, and then like, you know what I mean, so I can dedicate times to doing the different things I'm gonna do. You know, cool mum. You know, go to the bank. Blah blah blah. And I was like, this actually helps. So now
at the end of
I'm
it,
not sitting around just like looking around thinking, oh, what am I meant to do next?
Yeah, and at the end of it, you're gonna have a sense of achievement as well.
Yeah, end of the day,
oh, cool. I've been ticking these things off.
Yeah,
day's finished. You've actually done everything you said you was gonna do. That's powerful in itself.
Yeah,
to actually say I'm gonna do this and get it done. I've been in a rut. Loads of times I've said, I need to do this for my business. I didn't do it. I just didn't see the vision. I just didn't have it in me that day to get things done. But I feel like if it was written, it's in a big vision board. I wake up and that's the first thing I've seen. Yeah. And I go to bed and it still looks the same. I would have been probably disappointed.
Yeah. Well, I think it's also good because it reflects you. And it's not a bad thing. And people have to realize that about themselves. I've noticed that in this generation as well. Any negative reflection is hell. Yeah. You know, the world's ended and I'm this and I'm that. No, you're not. It just reflects where you are now. So step up. Do you know what I mean? And that's
step your game up.
Yeah, that's what it does. When you look at that board and you haven't achieved anything, it's like, see? Now can you see who you really are? Yeah? That needs to change. Yeah. And then if you achieve everything, it's like, now can you see that you can do
what's
more?
Possible, you
know, what's possible and you know, you're in a good place and do it again and again and again.
It's crazy.
You know, so I think it's great to set goals. You'll find that the ones that are nervous about achieving things in life don't have goals because of that. You know, and then the ones who, you know, take on that courage, they set goals. And it's almost like everybody watches them and says, let's see if he's going to make it. Let's see if she's going to make it. Let's see if they're going to achieve what they set out to do. And it takes a lot of courage, you know, but you know, it's worth it, isn't it? It's worth it. When you set out the goal and you achieve it,
it's big.
There's something about achieving a goal. It's just so empowering. You just want to set another one and go for it again. And that's why I sort of like people have hijacked New Year's resolutions and have made it sort of like a dummy thing. Like, oh no, like new year, new me.
I
It's
don't-
like that's
I don't-
just one. That's
yeah.
one side of it. Don't hijack it and try and turn this. That's what we do in this generation. Try and turn things that are really good
Yeah.
into something like. Do you get what I'm saying? Something soft, and it's
Yeah.
like no.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with setting New Year's resolutions. There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with trying to change.
Yeah.
You know that's what these dates are for.
Yeah.
It's to mark. It's to mark history. It's to mark a time in history.
Yeah.
Otherwise, history is just history.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you know when did you, without numbers and dates and years, when did you become? Do you know what I mean? When did you get your first job? You don't know.
Yeah.
I got my first job in history. Do
Don't
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You don't know the
yeah.
date. You don't know the month. So
Yeah,
these
put a number on
things
it.
are good for us because it gives us some sort of incentive.
Yeah.
And if it's an incentive you need, then an incentive so it shall be.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? Otherwise, if we had no, it's a bit like life.
Yeah.
If there was no death,
Yeah.
we would have nothing to do.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Fact.
It's like Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
They had nothing to do until they ate the apple, and then death was upon them. But before that, they didn't even have life.
Yeah.
They just had existence.
Yeah.
Because until they ate the apple, that's when they had death
yeah,
upon them.
yeah.
The curse of death upon
Yeah.
them. So technically, if they had no death, they had no life. It was just existing. It'd be the same if we had no months and calendars and ways to mark history. We would just be existing.
Just be existing, just living.
Yeah, we wouldn't be able to document our
Just
progress.
surviving. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's why now you can say yesterday I got this done, or
yeah,
in the future, in the next 5 years,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be in a certain place in my life
Yeah.
like this because you're putting a history, you're putting a timestamp on it.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
That's crazy when
You got, but it is also about interpreting and dissecting again time, everything in a healthy way, in a healthy manner, and you can't get too caught up on time because sometimes you need time for yourself.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Because the question I wanted to ask you,
Sure.
sorry to stop you,
Sure.
is you see, especially with like the bodybuilding scene, right? A lot of people from the outside, they look at people who bang gym, they're like, all you man do is just fucking flipping bang gym
Yeah.
24/7. You guys don't have a life. All you must
Yeah.
do is just bang gym.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So
And yeah,
if you could break that down,
this is
'Cause
very
it's not.
yeah, and this is very difficult. With as being a personal trainer.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, number one, it's not true. Actually, the people who bang gym are the ones who love it, just like the way you bang watching YouTube. Do you get what I'm saying? Or
But the thing is, I watch YouTube as
yeah,
well.
Yeah.
But I still go gym.
Exactly, but you know what I mean. Like not you, but the way someone else bangs Twitter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some people sit on Twitter for an hour.
Yeah.
In that time, I'm in the gym.
Yeah.
Do you see what I
Facts,
mean?
facts.
In that time when you're watching Netflix, I'm in the gym.
Facts.
It's just different hobbies.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not walking around saying you're addicted to Netflix and
Yeah.
you're addicted to social media. And, you're addicted to well, yeah. So it's kind of like it's not true. And these people who go to the gym regularly aren't crazy.
Yeah.
They have found a way out. And when I say a way out, I mean a way out of normality.
Yeah.
It's you're constantly being taught how to live life rather than just living life. And then when you live life, you try new things. And then people trying new things like gym, they like it because it actually benefits them.
Yeah.
But it is a big issue with the way, again, we take something that is great like gym and we kind of highlight and put like a stage light on, oh, these people are crazy and they go gym all the time and they're addicted, blah, blah. Because then when people come to the gym and it's time, they want to go, right? They have to work hard for that goal and they have to be dedicated if they want to get there.
Bro.
And they're going to have to change their diet.
Yeah.
But do you know what happens? They start to say, no, because I'm becoming just like them, who is addicted. And do you know what I mean? It runs their life. It's like, yeah, but we all know the extremes, well, I think I know the extremes. I can't speak for everyone, but not everyone's at that extreme, don't get it twisted. For the most part, people are going gym, they look well, they're healthy, they're surviving without gym in lockdown, and then they've gone back to gym and they're happy, and it hasn't taken them to extreme. Usually the extreme is a sign of an underlying illness. There was something going on before that developed, and they would have seen it and didn't stop it when it was developing, and now it's developed, it's become something, and now they need help for it.
Yeah.
And now the world has shown this side of the people that need help from associated with exercise and nutrition. And now the world thinks, oh, if you're going to do exercise and nutrition, you could develop this and that, rather than actually, for the most part, people develop a longer, healthier, good life.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think it might be, it's funny because what it is they see exercise in two ways. It's like, oh, there's health and nutrition, and then there's bodybuilding.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, what are you doing when you're going to the gym, building your body?
Yeah. It's bodybuilding, basically.
Okay. So do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
But they have this thing where it's like, I don't want to become like them,
One of them
because it's addictive. It's like, no. You don't want to work hard.
You know what?
You
a
don't
lot
wanna,
of females.
You don't want to undergo the discipline it takes to look like that.
Yeah.
Because that takes discipline and hard
It's
work.
hard work.
Let me not lie to you.
Because you know, more time with the gym, you're, especially starting out, you're working on something you can't see yet. Do you know what I mean? You can't see it, but you just know you need to keep showing up.
That's what we call vision. Do you
You
understand?
need to just show up.
You know, sight is seeing the present.
Yeah.
Vision is seeing the future with your heart.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. You're a visionary. You're having, visual images of what you could be.
Yeah.
But that's coming from the heart. Do you understand? And then the question is, do you have the heart
Yeah.
to get where you need to be?
Exactly.
It's to follow Kai Green and watch him, man. And he does the same thing every day.
Day in, day out.
Cardio, abs,
Yeah.
then workout.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, he does the things I neglect first. And he knows the discipline.
Yeah.
He knows I will neglect cardio, I will neglect abs.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Yeah.
I'm rolling the dice first. And I think, man, when I go gym, and I remember doing that for a year, I was on point. My body was on point. I was
Body on
tight.
fleek.
Nobody could say anything.
Yeah.
You could not knock my morale.
Yeah.
Because I knew I was like a disciplined warrior.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I was on a pescatarian diet.
Yeah.
I was on point. Do you know what I
He was
mean?
on
Prepping meals
smoke.
every day. Yeah.
on smoke.
But it felt
Yeah.
amazing because I
Yeah.
was empowering myself, and I realized I have the discipline and control to do it.
Yeah.
Didn't overtake my life. There was no negative aspects. There was no, do you know what I mean?
Facts.
It was just pure. It was pure enjoyment, pure love. But I created an environment.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go and buy the tubs. Go and cook regularly. And do your own stuff. And when people start giving their opinions, let it go in one ear and out the other,
yeah.
and just say yeah,
Yeah.
and just agree and nod your head. But you ain't listening. You ain't taking it in. You're not letting that settle inside, which is what we should do with a lot of things.
Facts.
But and then get on with it, and then you're gonna reap the rewards. And I bet you, in a year's time, when you're looking the part, everybody who was talking, oh, this is why you can't talk too early,
You
know.
can't.
And I say this to my clients. I say, the worst thing you can do,
Yeah.
you call this woman fat,
Yeah.
ugly,
Yeah.
overweight,
Yeah.
you big cow, boy. That woman's gonna prove you so wrong.
Yeah.
She's
facts.
gonna come back in a year or a year and a half,
Facts.
and
Looking-
she's gonna shock you.
Looking brand new.
She's gonna shock you, looking brand new, and she's gonna be pulling up on you, saying,
Yeah.
"Wait, weren't you that guy?"
Yeah.
And now you're in my DMs.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying? In your DMs, like, "Oh, you're looking good. Well done." It's like, wait, weren't you that guy that? Yeah, don't talk too early,
Exactly,
man.
facts.
And that's what gym can do.
Yeah.
That's what gym can do. It
Gym can change you, man.
it's a tool to empower you.
Yeah.
But yeah, people have this perception on bodybuilding where, like anything, it's just one highlight. It's just one highlight, and it depends what your environment, your world is. If you're following people who are successful at it and are healthy at it, that's how you perceive it.
Yeah.
And if you follow people that only look at the clinical side, which is totally fine, but let's say the clinical side of disorders and things that go wrong, and mental health and how you can overcome it, then you always are assuming that everything in that world is that. See what I mean?
Yeah.
Which isn't entirely true.
Yeah.
So like everything in that world is that because of where you are at, not because of it itself.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like anything, this is nothing
Yeah.
to a car mechanic,
Yeah.
but this is something to someone who wants to talk and use it as a tool to communicate with others.
Yes. Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. So you see, up until this point, how did you end up where you are now in terms of, your background, how you grew up, and then now you're here. Do you ever sit back and think like how did I end up here? Or did you always kind of see yourself being here?
People
Yeah.
always saw me being here.
Yeah.
I didn't, which was quite amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Growing,
Because obviously you did quite a lot of
people,
before now. You used to do videos.
yep.
You know, just
You should listen to people when they speak to you,
yeah,
especially the good things. People will curse you,
yeah,
but they will also empower you, and they will move you towards where you need to go. And I'm saying that because my teachers, my friends in school, college, and then university would say, one day you're going to be a trainer. Before I even knew what a trainer was. Do you know what I mean? I grew up in the 2000s. Ain't no trainers.
yeah. There was no.
No one that has no uncle
Yeah.
or no grandfather. Or, do you know what I mean? Or dad
So
who's
that was
a
a
personal
PT
trainer.
Yeah, PT
If it was a PT, it was, you know what I mean? It was as soon as a job, like it was someone
in
who
the
had
school or
nothing else to
something.
do.
Yeah.
You're just a sporty guy. I said, why don't you be a PE teacher
Yeah,
instead of
yeah.
being a PT?
Yeah.
Now, you're better off being a
PT
than being a PE teacher.
Yeah.
So people would always move me to my destiny. And I just listened to them. I don't know. I had that heart where it was like, I'm going to listen to my mum and what these teachers are saying. I'm just going to pursue personal training. But I think it's because they also had that natural passion for physical activity and nutrition, which is what it was when I was growing up. It wasn't personal training.
Yeah.
And I was already into bodybuilding.
Yeah.
But I think I'm here now because people encouraged me always to the next step. And even here right now, talking on the podcast, I was encouraged by people who said, you would be wicked on a podcast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have a lovely voice. I could listen to you all day. You have good things to say.
But then do you know what's crazy?
Again.
How did I? Because people said you're always gonna be good on a podcast, but then I feel like the word works in mysterious ways. Because then I hit you up and I said, why don't you come and jump on my podcast?
Yeah.
That's weird. That's weird. It's the energies. It's weird. It's the vibrations. Like I don't know, man.
Yeah, you haven't got your head around it. I've got my head around it.
Yeah.
For me, it's the divine working in my life. It's the divine working in your life.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Thoughts become things.
Yeah.
Speech manifests. That's how we're here.
Yeah.
Keep talking your talk.
Yeah.
Keep thinking your thoughts.
Facts.
Keep doing your thing, and you will attract the right people. You will only know this once you practice it. Don't come at me.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not going to prove this to you.
Yeah.
This is about you proving it to yourself. This is about you finding out for yourself. And that's what I do with everything. And that's how we're here. And that's how you go places. So anywhere you want to go, start talking about it. Tell your friends. Tell your mum.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Call her. That's what I do. I go on a walk and I call my mum and I speak to her about the future and what I want to do.
Yeah.
Getting it off my chest. And then she's feeding back.
Yeah.
And she's saying, yeah, I received that, man. I think you will do this. And also... And you get these new ideas and people say, also, you can, and then you're like, actually, that's even more inventive than the idea I had.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? And that's, honestly, bro, that's how we're here.
Thanks.
And also probably because we're moving with openness. People could be where they want to be if they had more openness to these things. I didn't the last 2 years, 2019, 2018, you ask my mates, I just closed myself off and just did my thing, which I think helped me, become a successful trainer. Still more to be done. But, I think I got here now just through being more open. And some of my friends will know this, if you ask Piers to do this podcast in 2019, it's probably no, because I'm just doing my thing, I don't want to go out and do this. And then it's like, actually, do you know what? I'm going to dedicate my Sundays to going out and speaking with people on podcasts and different things like this and get that going, because I realize that that's important. And that's something that's really, it's something that's special, but it's also something that constantly leads you to the next place. Conversation.
You have to.
Your thoughts. If you don't have them, you're never going to be led to that next place. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, because even because I only recently moved into this house a month ago. Before that, I was literally speaking. one of my friends, one of my really, really good friends, he was telling me like, why you not just biting the bullet? You know, because I was scared. I can't lie to you. I was scared. Like,
Yeah.
you know, the credit
Tell me about
checks,
it.
you know, paying just because I was living at home.
Oh, this is mad. I was having these thoughts last night. I'm gonna tell you in a sec. You carry
I
on.
was living at home and this
That's
and
mad.
that, and I'm just worried about like, what if? But he said, but what if you apply it and you get it? Then I applied it first time, no issues. Boom, the estate agent's calling me like, yeah. When do you want to move in? I'm thinking that's crazy. That's crazy.
Fear.
Do you know what I mean? It's a fear. I was scared. I can't lie to you.
Fear will hold you back.
Fear will hold you back.
And you know, I remember growing up and thinking, can I really move out?
Yeah.
Can I really go and live alone in the world? Nah, that's long. Can I even go uni and graduate?
Yeah.
Ask me if I even thought I would graduate from uni.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Ask me if I even thought I'd finish college
Yeah.
and get the grades that I needed to go uni.
Yeah.
Fear, constantly holding you back. And last night I was sitting there thinking, man, I remember the days where I used to think I could never live alone. And now I've lived alone, not alone, but you know, I've lived away from home. You know, for 6 years.
Yeah.
It's like that flies by. It's
That's
like,
crazy.
what's happened?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, it's just happened.
Just
you know?
happened, yeah.
But it's when you have no knowledge of the potential future.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? So you either have to go and find out for yourself, or you speak to people about it, and then you get more. You get more, you know, even like selling clothes. You either find out for yourself, or you speak to someone who's done it or who's doing it.
Yeah.
But fear will hold you back. Fear holds everyone back on everything.
Yeah.
It's
even crazy because even you could put it to so many things: business, life, you know, approaching a partner, even bro,
everything. Fear holds you back, and courage takes you forward.
Yeah,
knowing who you are.
But to try to break the cycle of fear it's hard. I can't lie, it's hard.
Yes,
it's not easy.
Yes,
it's not easy.
Breaking fear.
I'm one of those people though. I just say I got nothing to lose.
The only way you can actually break fear is to actually pursue the thing that is scaring you. That's what I've realized.
Yeah.
If you are afraid of dogs, the only way you're gonna not be afraid of dogs is to be around dogs.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Facts.
If you're afraid of that manager at work, the only way you're gonna overcome this is to confront that manager at work. You have to. You have to confront your fears. There's no way around it. Do you get what I'm saying?
But I've got a fear that maybe you can help me out with.
Okay.
I've got a fear of deadlifting 200 kilos. Conventional. I can't get it, man. I've tried so many times and I can't get it.
What do you mean? Fear is in what? It's gonna break your back?
I just fear. It's the fear of failing it. Like I've failed. I've tried it.
Okay. What's the highest you've done?
180 for a rep.
Okay, cool. And you do believe you can do 200?
Yeah,
I
do, but I don't know because I've failed before.
No,
I failed. This is like at least 10 times I failed it.
Before, did you program and eat towards it?
Nah, I didn't. I'm on a program now.
I mean? Any goal, if you fail at it, it probably just meant that it required more than you thought it did to get there.
Yeah.
So what it might mean is, let's focus on your eating on your way to your next attempt at 200. And maybe that maximum recovery is going to help. Maybe that foam rolling is going to help. Maybe that making sure you sleep 8-9 hours and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, and also program to 200.
Yeah.
And think to yourself, what's a realistic goal?
Yeah.
I think by June 2021, I could do 200
for reps.
I love that.
That's a for reps.
Do you know what I mean?
Man, yeah.
So what I would do is then, okay, let's program that.
Yeah.
Let's do 200. I make things easy. I love numbers, So, do 200 divided by, 4 months. It's 50 kilos a month. Yeah. You need to be
adding on.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah. So you're looking at adding on 2 kilos, every day. If you was going to attempt it every day, you're not gonna, but if you did, if you do you know what I mean? If you did 2 kilos every day for 4 months, you'd get to 200. And then if you treat goals like that, you go like that. Or you say, all right, 180 is where I'm currently at.
Yeah.
180 to 200, 20 kilos.
Yeah.
I'm going to add 2 kilos at every session.
Yeah.
That means in technically it gets more technical than that, but it means in 10 sessions I could get there. I could get there.
Thanks.
So then all you got to do is add 2 kilos each one. And if the next time you come in and you do 182, that's progress.
Easy.
Go get a steak.
Yeah.
Go celebrate. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, celebrate that win. And then if you do 184, that's progress. And if you do 186, that's progress.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? You know that's progress. And you keep going, and then you will hit plateaus. And then what do you do when you don't know something? You go and get the information required. You go and speak to someone. You ask questions like you just asked me. And say, right, I'm stopped at 186. What do I do here? All right, maybe they say, right, let's deload. Let's go back down to 180. But now let's get 4 reps on 180. 5 reps on 180. Let's build some endurance. Right, now we're going to go back to 186. Oh, yeah, that felt lighter. Okay, let's go again, 188. That's how it works, man. Even things that you fear, you can kind of create a goal towards it. You can kind of create as if it was an exercise plan towards that goal. You know, fear of doing a podcast, and it's like, all right, we'll just practice speaking and answering questions. Listen to someone else's podcast, and every time they ask a question, pause it, and then reply as if they were asking you that question. And it's just small things, and then go and record yourself on your own without no one there, and then do it with a friend, and then a family member, and then branch out, and then
That's
boom,
crazy, bro.
there you are, hot toast.
That's exactly the formula of how all of this happened. Bought the equipment this year. I was sitting on the equipment for a couple of months. Then me and a friend, we did a few pilot episodes. So we practiced. By the time I came to record by myself, I kind of had an idea of what I was doing. And every single podcast that I had listened to, I went back. I'll use 3 Shots of a Tequila as an example, which is a podcast I really enjoy listening to. I went back and listened to the first episode. They're on episode 200 now. I went back and listened to the first episode all over again. Just to break it down. Even them, you can tell like what it is now.
Different,
to now. It's been going up. But they had to just bite the bullet and start. Just had to start. And it's even to the point I don't really consume their content as much. Because I've taken what I need to take from their content.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
That's how life is.
And with manifestation, sorry to cut you off, but especially when it comes to like reading self-motivation books and things like that. This year as well, I said to myself, at the start of the year, one of my New Year's resolutions was to read a new book every month. I only read 4, then I stopped. Because I said, I've actually taken what I need to take from these 4 books. I don't need to read any more of these books.
Oh, listen, I don't know if anybody listening can agree with this. But I've got the biggest to read list ever. I've got like 40 books.
40?
Because just people just say, Piers, you would love this. This is good. And then I just look at the blurb. I look it up and I think, wow, that's right up my street. I don't get round to reading them. And I realize I'm not a reader. No. I'm a audio book guy.
Listener,
I've got to listen into it. Literally, I'm like, I've listened to this whole book in 4 hours. Perfect.
Finish. Whilst you're doing your meal prep.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone, I don't know if anyone else is the same, but I'm like, I don't, where these people find time to read? I'm going to have to find time to get up and listen. But now what I do is I just go about my whole